Y'all, it looks like Diddy was right to panic after his arrest because the feds just released the identities of the prosecutors in the case against him, and they are all white women. And if there is one thing y'all need to know about white women, it's that they do not play when it comes to prosecuting cases like this, and Diddy is facing up to 40 years in prison. They're gonna go after Diddy, and they're going to go in on him hard. But it looks like Diddy has no intentions of spending that long behind bars because the streets are saying that he is snitching hard on everybody. Child, everyone who was involved in those shenanigans with Diddy needs to start panicking because Diddy is singing like a canary right now, and the things he is saying are going to leave you shook. When the streets first started talking about how Diddy was going to snitch on people, we weren't shocked because he's exactly the type to snitch on people to save himself. This was further proven when the feds released the indictment document after the grand jury, and we realized that they had gotten Diddy cold. The document said physical violence by the defendant was recurrent and widely known on numerous occasions from at least in or about 2009 and continuing for years. Combs women by, among other things, striking, dragging, throwing objects at, and kicking them. These incidents were at times witnessed by others and included one instance at a Los Angeles hotel in or about March 2016, which was captured on video and later publicly reported, where Combs kicked, dragged, and threw a vase at a woman as she was attempting to leave. When a member of the hotel security staff intervened, Combs attempted to bribe the staff member to ensure silence. Combs' violence was also not limited to these women. It extended to his employees, witnesses, to his and others. The documents also hinted that the feds were going to bring RICO charges on Diddy, saying members and associates of the Combs enterprise, including Combs security personnel, at times carried firearms. On more than one occasion, Combs himself carried or brandished firearms to intimidate and threaten others, including victims of and witnesses to his. In or about March 2024, during searches of Combs' residences in Miami, Florida, Los Angeles, California, law enforcement seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 AR-15s with defaced serial numbers, as well as a drum magazine. It also said, when employees, witnesses to his or others threaten Combs' authority or reputation, Combs and members and associates of the enterprise engage in acts of threats of financial and reputational harm and verbal. These acts of included kidnapping and arson. In addition, on multiple occasions, Combs threw both objects at people, as well as dragged, choked, and shoved others. But even with that, Diddy's lawyers continue to claim that he was innocent, claiming that Diddy is just a freaky man who got into toxic relationships, but that he didn't do the illegal things that the feds accused him of. His lawyer said, "Please reverse your judgment until you have all the facts. These are the acts of an innocent man with nothing to hide, and he looks forward to clearing his name in court. He's going to fight this with all of his energy and all of his might and the full confidence of his lawyer." The lawyer also claimed that Diddy was in therapy, saying, "He is not a perfect person. There have been substance abuse, he has been in toxic relationships, and has been receiving treatment and therapy for things that he needs treatment and therapy for." But even though the lawyer tried to make everything seem calm, it soon became clear that he was in panic mode. The first indication was when he was denied bail twice. The wild part about this is that Diddy made the courts a very generous offer for his bail, but he still got denied. Prosecutors made a solid case arguing for Diddy to be denied bail, and according to reports, they're worried he will intimidate witnesses and obstruct the case if he's released on bond. Prosecutors also say Diddy's got the money and the means to be a flight risk, and the feds say he had what appeared to be narcotics in his hotel room when he was arrested. Diddy tried to prove that he wasn't a flight risk by offering $50 million. According to reports, Diddy's lawyer proposed bail on these conditions: a $50 million bond co-signed by Sean Combs, his mother, his sister, the mother of his oldest daughter, and his 3 adult sons. He also proposed that the bond would be secured by the equity in Mr. Combs' residence located at 2 West Star Island in Miami, Florida. The appraised value of the home is about $48 million. The home is unencumbered. In anticipation of this bail hearing on August 20, 2024, Mr. Combs paid off the remaining mortgage of about $18 million so that the home could be used to secure a bond and be free of a mortgage. The document went on to say that the bond will also be secured by the equity of Mr. Combs' mother's home located at 450 Alton Road in Miami, Florida, and that Mr. Combs' travel will be restricted to the Southern District of Florida and the Southern District of New York to attend court, meet with his counsel, and attend medical appointments, which we will address to the court in a separate sealed submission, as well as the Eastern District of New York or the District of New Jersey, only to the extent that his travel to and from New York involves an airport in those districts. He also offered up his daughter's and his mom's passports just so that the court courts could get him bail, but the courts still refused. It was at this moment that Diddy knew how serious the situation was, so it's not surprising that Diddy started offering up names to try to get a lower sentence. And judging by the all-white women prosecutors on his case, he better start snitching on everybody and their mamas.
The outstanding career prosecutors from SDNY who were handling this case: Meredith Foster, Emily Johnson, Chrissy Slavic, Madison Smizer, and Mitzi Steiner, and their supervisors, Jamie Backleipter and Jacqueline Kelly. They are members of the Civil Rights Unit in our criminal division. We created the Civil Rights Unit when I became U.S. Attorney. I'm deeply proud of their work on this and so many other cases.
If Diddy was expecting prosecutors to feel sorry for him, well, that certainly came to him as a rude shock, and it explains why he has allegedly been offering up names. He's reportedly throwing spaghetti at the wall and hoping that something sticks. So which names are on Diddy's list? Well, word on the streets is that Usher was not exactly a victim because he was allegedly at Diddy's freak-offs of his own free will. Y'all know how the streets have been saying that Diddy allegedly did some things to Usher? Well, more people are now speaking out and claiming that while Usher might have been a victim, he allegedly took part in Diddy's freak-offs. Gene Deal was the first to hint at this, saying that Usher knew more than he was letting on, and he had all the insider information on Diddy.
Man, it's a lot of stuff that Mace and Usher know that they ain't telling about Diddy. There's a lot of stuff that they know. Can you imagine, bruh? Can you really imagine?
What you mean by Usher, though?
Usher used to stay with Diddy, too, when he was younger.
Jaguar Wright also had one or two things to say about Usher, claiming that he allegedly helped Diddy get to Justin Bieber and SA him.
Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute, and his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that. He had already been to the hospital. That situation that Gene was talking about. And you still took Bieber there, but you got custody of him first. Diddy had already tried. They wouldn't let him. Actually, someone made reference to the fact that Diddy trying to get at Bieber the way he was trying to get at Bieber was looking a little predatory. And then Usher came in and discovered it and managed him and got custody of him and promised to look after him. And then he sent him to the diddler.
That's just some nasty, nasty business if it's true, and it wouldn't be surprising if Usher's name is right at the top of Diddy's list. Oh, and let's not forget about Diddy's BFF, Jay-Z. As much as fans have been speculating that Jay-Z is as bad as Diddy and he should go down, the truth is that we still don't know much about Jay-Z's actions. As Jaguar Wright put it, Jay-Z is more calculated about his activities.
Sean Carter is worse.
Uh-oh. Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy. This he been lining up people he calls friends and stepping to the side while they get hit by the guillotine for 30 fucking years.
There have been a lot of talk about Jay-Z and young girls like Foxy Brown, Aaliyah, and the rest, but Jay-Z has been slick about it. However, if there is one person who knows where all the bodies are buried, it's Diddy. And now that Diddy is snitching, it looks like we're about to see this drama blow up to insane levels. Fans commented, prediction is Diddy is going to snitch on all of the other bad guys in the music and entertainment industry to try and get a reduced sentence, and then they're going to Epstein him in jail. I hope Diddy becomes the loudest snitch in the entertainment industry. We need all the MFs, even slightly around him, to burn so we can build something new. Otherwise, it's like that monster from Hercules. And I know Diddy is going to snitch on others. Dude about to sing like the artist he refused to pay. But I want to know who else y'all think Diddy is going to snitch on, so drop your thoughts in the comments, then check out this next video.